What is scope in JavaScript? Have you ever wondered how JavaScript knows where to find your variables and functions? Well, that brings us to the concept of scope. Scope in JavaScript refers to the context in which variables, functions, and objects are accessible during code execution. It plays a vital role in determining where these identifiers can be referenced and used within your program. There are several types of scope in JavaScript that you should be aware of. First, we have global scope. Variables declared outside any function or block have global scope. This means they are accessible anywhere in your code, including inside functions. In web browsers, global variables become properties of the global window object. However, relying too much on global variables can lead to naming conflicts and bugs. Next, we have function scope, also known as local scope. Each function creates its own scope. Variables declared inside a function are local to that function and cannot be accessed from outside it. These local variables exist only while the function is executing and are removed afterward. This encapsulation helps prevent variable name collisions and keeps data private within functions. Then there is block scope. Introduced with the S6 keywords let and const, block scope confines variables to the block defined by curly braces. For example, if you declare a variable inside a loop or a conditional, it is not accessible outside that block. In contrast, variables declared with var do not have block scope and can be accessed outside the block. Another type is module scope. When using JavaScript modules, variables and functions declared within a module are scoped to that module and not accessible globally unless explicitly exported. This helps in organizing code better and avoiding conflicts. Now let's talk about the scope chain. JavaScript scopes are organized hierarchically. Inner scopes have access to variables in their outer scopes, but outer scopes cannot access variables declared inside inner scopes. For instance, a function defined inside another function can access the outer function's variables, but not vice versa. Understanding scope is essential for mastering JavaScript because it affects variable lifetime and accessibility. It helps avoid bugs related to variable shadowing or unintended global variables. Proper use of scope enables you to write modular, maintainable, and predictable code. This is especially important when working with functions and asynchronous JavaScript, where closures often relying on scope chains to preserve variable access. In practical terms, knowing that each function creates its own scope allows you to safely use variables with the same name in different functions without conflict. Using block scope with let and const helps manage variable visibility more precisely inside loops or conditional blocks. This understanding is fundamental for effective web development using JavaScript.